D2 Word Life here with Rip. I love seeing D2 soul burn tides.
And?
You're not denying it.
No.
Of course you wouldn't, because you picked out this crappy show for us to watch, to review.
It was not crappy. I liked it.
Yeah. And show in question, and you had me review the show because I think you secretly hate me or just love torturing me. The show in question we are reviewing today.
No.
The show in question that we're reviewing today is December to Dismember 2006. More like Dispose in the Dumpster 2006.
No.
Which took place on December 3rd, 2006, literally a week after the 2006 Survivor Series. This show only had a week to build, by the way. And it took place in Augusta, Georgia at the James Brown Arena, which makes sense because this show was shit brown.
Shut up.
Is there anything else I can say that could piss you off with my commentary today? And the attendance we had here for this show was 4,800 unfortunate fans who had to witness this.
No, a lot of people liked it.
No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did.
Quit lying to yourself. You know they didn't.
I'm not lying.
And the commentators for this show was Taz and Joey Styles, and the ring announcer was Justin Roberts. This had the stench of WWE all over it. One Night Stand, this show was not, by the way. Oh yeah, and there was a special dark match that took place for the people in attendance before the show started, and that dark match saw Stevie Richards defeat Rene Dupree. Were you aware that Rene Dupree was still working with WWE in 2006?
Yes.
I totally didn't know that because he wasn't shown on TV. I thought he got released in 2005 somewhere.
No.
Learn something new every day, I guess.
He did not get released until until mid 07. So he didn't get released until literally a couple months after December to Dismember.
Yep. And of course, the show, we saw a video package hyping up the Extreme Elimination Chamber match. And what we mean by extreme is there was only four other weapons in that match besides the chamber itself. Oh, totally hardcore there. Right? Mick Foley be shaking in his boots.
Well, you had a fucking giant, which was the Big Show, that literally could not fit into the fucking pod, basically.
Yeah.
And you wanted to put more weapons. Yeah.
Yeah, and then we get welcome to the show after the opening package by the commentators, Styles and Taz. They also showed the Spanish announcers as well. No one cares. Of course, the opening match of the contest night might as well just been the freaking high point of the dang show, and that was the tag team match with the Hardy Boys, Matt and Jeff, taking on Eminem, Nitro, and Mercury with Melina in their corner. And this was only one of two matches that was announced the week prior on ECW television for this show. And of course, Jeff Hardy was the Intercontinental Champion on Raw at the time. This was ECW branded, by the way. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, in this match, I really can't my descriptions of this match can't really do it justice. It's one of the best tag matches I've seen on this.
Well,
review.
also, this is also a couple months prior to where we did our other reviews.
Don't you mean this was a couple of weeks? This was 2 weeks before Armageddon with that notorious Mercury face incident.
Yes.
So this was literally 2 weeks before the Armageddon 06 pay-per-view, which we reviewed. Right?
Yes.
If that's what you're getting at.
Yes. I told you I was going to do the prelude match to what happened, and you thought I forgot.
To me, this was the only good match of the show, so I wasn't really tripping about that. All right.
There was some decent matches.
But anyway, let's get on to some spots of the match. These two teams just went at it back and forth. I liked how, like, early on, freaking Eminem actually did the poetry of motion on Matt. Like, about
Well, also,
halfway
this was also the last time that they were teaming up for a couple weeks prior to Armageddon, but this was the Hardys say that this was their last time tagging together because they were going for singles gold.
Which?
And Matt was going for the United States title while Jeff had already won the Intercontinental title from Johnny Nitro.
Yeah, but let's talk about some of the highlights of the match. Yeah, Eminem doing freaking gimmick infringement by nailing a poetry of motion on Matt Hardy. That was a highlight of this match, right?
Yeah.
And of course, Jeff got the tag in. Pretty much took the fight to
this
Mercury
match could have
here.
been better without Melina screaming.
Yeah, and then Taz telling Joey Styles to shut up every time Melina was screaming. You notice that too about this match?
Yes.
Oh, come on. Oh, come on. We all know you were a big fan of Melina's entrance.
Yes, her entrance. Not her screaming.
You know,
we all know that you were just upset that Vicky Guerrero wasn't on there.
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. We all know. I mean, who was louder? I know we're being sidetracked for a second. We'll get back to the match in a minute that we're talking about, but who yells louder? Vicky Guerrero or Melina?
Vicky.
Can't argue with that one. Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Of course, Jeff got the hot tag in. Pretty much was all over freaking Mercury with clotheslines and a double foot attack to the lower body that he always does. Right?
Yeah.
That looks so close to a low blow, but it technically isn't. Right? Where he does a leg drop to the freaking groin area. Or stomach area, whatever.
Right? It's the midsection, but yes.
Yep. And of course, speaking of Melina, around the middle of the match, the fans were chanting, "She's a crack whore." Yeah, that wouldn't fly today. Right? You notice that too? And I think they were also chanting, "She's a whore," and I'm thinking to myself, this is Melina out there, not freaking Lita. Wait a minute, what? Goddamn, see, you got me making those jokes. Right. But yeah, at one point, freaking Mercury attacked Matt to prevent another tag to Jeff. So at this point, it was like the Eminem freaking double team, but Jeff climbed to the top turnbuckle and nailed the Whisper in the Wind dive onto both Eminem members. That was a highlight. The fans went crazy for that one. Right?
Yeah.
But, near the end of the match, I know I'm leaving a big chunk of this out, but I don't want this to be too long because we got a lot to get by here. And when I mean a lot of trash. Near the end of the match.
What is trash?
Near the end of the match, freaking Eminem had Jeff Hardy up on the top rope. Looked like they were going to do a super snapshot from the top rope, which that would have been devastating to see. Right? But Matt Hardy made the save. And nailed a double twist of fate on both of them. Which, let's be honest, looked more like a double freaking RKO from the top rope on both. And Jeff Hardy performed the Swanton Bomb to both M&M members when they were stacked on top of each other and got the 3 count.
Yeah.
Now, this is just a match you're going to have to watch for yourself. I can't do it justice. It's one of the best tag matches I've seen in a while, and I know my description ain't going to do it justice. This is like the only match I recommend you guys watch. A lot of back and forth, including, I forgot to mention this before the ending. Wasn't it Nitro or Morrison who went for like a drop kick? I believe on either Matt or Jeff, but they moved out of the way and Molina got nailed with it instead.
It was Nitro. It was Nitro that did it because Nitro was getting pinned. Molina got up on the ring apron and was making a nuisance of herself, like she always did for him. Yep. Then the referee was distracted by her, so he goes and freaking talks to the ref. Then Molina goes to smack him. He grabs her hand. Literally Nitro freaking. Luckily, Jeff Hardy had eyes in the back of his head because Johnny Nitro went for the freaking drop kick. Jeff Hardy fucking moved and got Molina right in the face.
Yeah, that was like right before the end of the match, shortly before the end of the match, like I just described. Yeah, and Jeff Hardy made an M&M sandwich with a Swanton Bomb on both of them for the win. Your thoughts on this one?
It was good.
Yeah, it was the best match of the night. When you start high, you're only gonna crash and burn. Boy, did this show ever crash and burn.
It did not.
So to me, this was the only good match on the show. One of the best tag matches I've seen in a while here on the review segment. And then we see a pre-tape promo of Rob Van Dam talking about wanting to win the ECW championship back in the main event of this show. But apparently he did on WWE.com or whatever they were doing at that point, whatever social media they had at that point. Right?
Yeah.
And then we go to your favorite match. Oh, no. It's your second favorite match of this show. It was Balls Mahoney versus your boy, Matt Striker. So, before we even talk about this match, we all know you want to talk about Matt Striker's ring attire. What did he have on his ring attire, per se?
His face on his ass.
Why would anyone want to sit on their own face? I have no idea.
I have no clue.
Of course, you would own a pair of boxers with your face on it, wouldn't you? On the ass, so you can sit on it.
Nope.
Knowing that Mike Striker's your boy. And of course, Matt Striker made his entrance. He was being hyped up as a former freaking teacher, which he was. Let's get that out of the way. And then he goes, his opponent is a name named Balls Mahoney. And he goes, yeah. And then he goes, yeah. And then he talked about, you need to stop, we need to stop the violence. And all I can think about when I heard him say in that promo, all I can think about is you yelling, we need more violence. That you're so known to do. And he goes, you know what?
We need more violence.
And he goes, yep, this match will be Extreme Rules. Everyone popped for that. Even the commentator like that was like, I gotta see this. He goes, what I mean by that is an extreme enforcement of the rules. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he goes, these strict enforcements, which was, what were they? No hair pulling, no diving off the top rope, and no cursing.
No eye gouging, no hair pulling, No top rope maneuvers.
And no cursing. These are strikers' rules. And I'm just thinking to myself, yeah, John, you would. And I thought to myself for a minute, I'm like, yep, John loves them striker rules matches, don't you, buddy?
No, I did not.
I bet you did. Is that why you gave this one 5 out of 5?
No. And then what happened? He comes out, and everyone's literally just yelling, "Balls, balls, 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 balls." Now, I'm just getting off topic for a second. Now, what if Balls Mahoney and Al Snow teamed up?
Oh, God.
Head balls, head balls, head balls, head.
I know Matt Striker was a heel here, but I was kind of hoping we would. We didn't see this. I'm just saying this out of context to be funny. Is it bad during this match? I wanted to see Matt Striker give Balls Mahoney a low blow.
You wanted Matt Striker to give Balls Mahoney's balls?
Yes, I wanted to see Matt Striker give Balls Mahoney a low blow just so I can say the line, oh, and Matt Striker was a dick to Balls Mahoney's balls. It would have made sense, but we didn't get that. Right?
He gave a low blow to his Mahoney's?
Yeah. Whatever. Right? Of course, Mahoney here. I'm not going to refer to him as Balls, okay?
Balls.
Okay, fine. Just for the sake of commentary, I'll friggin' be funny and say Balls. How's that?
That was literally his name.
So here we have a former teacher wrestling Balls. How many times has that sentence ever been uttered in the history of time up until now? And I'm going to briefly say this and say stupid shit like that, so just prepare yourself. It's like Matt Striker was surprised when Balls was holding his own against him.
He was surprised that he jumped over Balls Mahoney jumped over Matt Striker.
So yeah, the Balls jumped over Striker. Striker was really shocked about that one. And of course,
like, how the fucking physics work?
And of course, then Balls then applied the
You
freaking
just
arm
say
break.
Balls gave him a teabag because he literally brushed Balls Mahoney's Mahoney's.
Oh Jesus! And then Striker applied
Because
an
when
arm
Balls
bar.
Mahoney fucking jumped, you could literally see Matt Striker's hair just basically graze his Mahoney's.
Yeah, and then freaking at one point, Striker applied an arm bar and even freaking whipped Balls' hair. Oh God, ball hair. I'm having too much fun with this inappropriate commentary.
Well, fucking Taz literally said you don't want to grab Balls Mahoney's hair because you don't know what he has in his hair.
Could be greasy. You never know.
Exactly.
And then Striker then hit Balls with a neck breaker for a 2 count. Jesus Christ, he's abusing the balls. He's abusing balls here. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, and then and then Balls then countered out into an arm bar. Yeah, and then freaking Balls ended up doing the old side slam for a 2 count. Under Striker. Striker was getting beaten down by Balls.
Yes.
I wonder how many times that actually happened to him.
A lot.
Yeah, and then Striker then applied a rolling armbar submission on Balls, but Balls got out, so the balls are out.
Yes.
Yeah, and then freaking Balls then nailed a back body drop on the freaking Striker, and then Balls then hit the balls punching routine on the freaking Striker. So Striker got punched by balls.
Yes.
Many times, right in the face.
Yes.
This is really... You can't think of this stupid shit on the fucking fly either. Actually, no, you can't make this shit up. I'm just going by this routine on the fly here.
It wasn't just his fist. He did the Balls bionic elbow. So you could say that he got hit by Balls' elbows.
I didn't even know balls had elbows. Yeah, but then Striker tried to come back with a kick, but then Balls then ended up nailing freaking Striker with a spine buster. For the
With the Balls
pinfall.
buster.
With a ball buster to freaking take out to get the win. So, in other words, Matt Striker, the former teacher, got beat by balls.
Yes.
The balls abused him.
Yes.
He submitted to the balls.
Yes.
Well, if freaking Balls Mahoney applied a submission move and Matt Striker typed out, the jokes would be really ruthless at the end.
Well, he did do a submission. He did the flying armbar.
Yep. So, yeah, comedy freaking commentary aside, your thoughts on this one?
But it was good, was it? His best match? No. Striker's worst match. Yes.
Can you repeat that again? Your audio kind of went down low for a second.
I said, was it Balls Mahoney's best match? No, he had better matches. Was it Matt Striker's worst match? Yes. Because he got beat by Balls.
He got beat by balls. Just taking the piss right out of the guy's name. Right?
Yes.
Oh God. Wait a minute. So if you combine Steven Richards' last name with Balls Mahoney's first name, you'd have... Oh God, you'd have Balls Richards.
Yes.
No, then you'd switch around and be like Richard Balls. Dick Balls.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, like I said, what if Al Snow and Balls Mahoney became a tag team? Head Balls.
Oy. Oh, God help me. With his humor.
What? That was better than his freaking Steve Blackman and fucking Al Snow tagging together.
Yeah, I know what you're going for.
Head cheese.
That's bad. That's bad enough. And for those of you who don't know what head cheese is, do not Google it. And I guarantee you, it's not just the name of Al Snow and Steve Blackman's tag team. I'll just say that. Moving on before this gets even more awkward than it already is. Because knowing you would find a way to make it awkward. What's my opinion of the match itself? Wasn't very good. But I've seen worse. I've seen a lot worse, but this wasn't a very good match to me. Well, most of these matches weren't
Dude,
very good.
anyone that wrestled Matt Striker literally said that was their worst match.
Yeah.
Striker could not wrestle.
Matt Striker was known for being a freaking backstage interviewer. And
Matt Striker was a backstage interviewer and a manager. That's the two parts that he was best known for. His wrestling, no. Even when he joined the New Breed.
That and his talk show segment that he used to host, but that's about it.
Yes.
His wrestling ability, he didn't have a very good wrestling ability, and that's not knocking him at all for even trying it because we don't fucking wrestle. What Matt Striker had was more ability in the ring than we ever would. I'm not knocking him. I'm just saying facts. What?
I could probably beat him.
Yeah. Maybe in a real fight, but I don't fucking know. Anyway, I'm not gonna go into an argument there. Anyway, we go and we see backstage, we see CM Punk warming up for the Elimination Chamber match. But then we see we see Sabu, who was supposed to be in the Extreme Elimination Chamber match, totally knocked out backstage. And the fans were chanting bullshit at this point. Ring and Paul Heyman showed up, asked what the hell happened. Doctor said they just found him like that.
We all know it was freaking Paul Heyman and his cronies, or his bodyguards, as he called them.
Yeah, and obviously the fans were chanting bullshit. And do you really blame him for that? No, not really. Right?
No, because he literally come out later and say that he really wanted to see the homicidal, genocidal, suicidal homicide in the extreme case match, and then he's like, "Oh, but no, he's not gonna be there."
Yeah, and then we move on to perhaps your favorite tag team match of this whole show. It was the FBI, the Full-Blooded Italians, which was Little Guido and Tony Mamaluke with Trinity in their corner, taking on Elijah Burke and Sylvester Turkey. Elijah Burke, better known as D'Angelo Dinero in TNA.
Yes.
Which we reviewed a couple of his matches from TNA already prior, so we kind of know what his style is in the ring already at this point.
Well, rumors also to be believed is that he wants to have one more run in WWE as well.
Yeah, that may be true, may not be true. Whatever happens, happens. That's all I gotta say about that.
Now imagine if the mask guy was
Elijah Burke
or
Dinero.
the Pope, D'Angelo Dinero.
Jesus. Well, if it came out as Elijah Burke, I bet most people would be thinking, who the heck is this guy, not even remembering his contributions from the Ruthless Aggression era. Right?
Because Punk and Elijah Burke or the Pope D'Angelo Dinero had beef back then too.
Yep.
But I digress.
Yeah, in this match, oh shit.
This wasn't even a match. This is a one-sided beating.
Oh yeah, and I do have to point out this fact too. Little Guido was better known in WWE as Nunzio.
You know, he went by Little Guido when he went to ECW.
The original ECW, yes. I know that, but to WWE fans, he's better known as Nunzio.
Yes, he should have stayed as Nunzio, which they wanted him to, but he's like, no, I'm going to be Little Guido.
You're right.
I have no fucking idea why.
Maybe you want to go by Little Guido because that was his name in ECW, and this was an ECW branded reboot. Maybe that's the only logical explanation I can think of. Right? But yeah, this was more of a beatdown from Burke and Turkey here. Do you even remember Sylvester Turkey before we watched this event? Be honest.
No. Well, a little bit.
And apparently he was hyped up as a former MMA fighter. I'm like, yeah, uh-huh. You know who else is a former MMA fighter? Brock Lesnar, and we all remember him. Right?
Well, Sylvester's Takai, whatever, fuck it, it was literally a one-sided beatdown because you have two small guys versus Burke and him, and Turkey was a brick house.
Yeah, and Burke was just, Burke wasn't a powerhouse, but compared to the two, cruiserweights there, the smaller guys, he might as well have been. Right?
Yes.
I mean, Burke nailed a double knee attack in the corner, then a leg sweep takedown, but Mamaluke broke up the pin. But but Mama Luke then got the hot tag. No one really cared. No one really cared about that. Double flapjack by the FBI was nailed on Burke for a 2 count. That's like the most highlight freaking offense they got in this match near the end.
Yeah, Burke tagged in Sakai, and he literally dominated.
Yeah, and near the end, Turgai nailed a freaking forearm shot to Mama Luke, and then Burke came in and nailed the Elijah experience to get the pinfall win. Oh yeah, by the way, if you noticed Burke's little finisher move at this point that he called the Elijah experience, it was the same move Jeff Jarrett did called the stroke.
Yes.
I recognize that move. I'm like, really? Sorry, I've been binge watching a lot of TNA. I know what Jeff Jarrett's finisher move looks like.
Well, the stroke was always Jeff Jarrett's finisher move. Even in WCW, it was the stroke. WWE, the stroke.
So yeah, and obviously
TNA,
the stroke, right? And what did this show almost give me after watching it? A stroke. Wait, what?
Nope.
Wait.
Well, for this match, probably.
But anyway, your thoughts on this match? I didn't think it was a very good match, if I'm being honest.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't very entertaining.
It was just like you said. It was just like pretty much a one-sided beatdown. Yeah, the FBI got a little bit of a offense in, but not enough to turn the match around in their favor completely.
Yep.
Did they have better matches? Well, I know about Turkai, but I know Elijah Burke did, and I know freaking the FBI full-blooded Italians did as well, respectively each. Right? Oh yeah, and then after the match, Turkai gave freaking Nunzio a muscle buster. Similar to what Samoa Joe does as a finisher.
Yes.
So we've seen a Jeff Jarrett reference, a Samoa Joe reference. WWE was really trying to be TNA, I swear. Right?
Well, you can also literally hear people yelling, TNA, TNA.
Yes. And this was like the mid-2000s. TNA was at its popular height at this point. I should know. Right? But we're not talking about a TNA show. Of course, we're gonna be reviewing more TNA pay-per-views sometime in the future, just not right now, right? To make a comparison, but this match I really wasn't into at all. It was actually putting me to sleep. I'm like, what the fuck, right? Is it because this match is boring? Probably, right?
Yep.
But, you know, it was short. It didn't go longer than 10 minutes. It was only about 6 minutes, so whatever. That's 6 minutes of my life I'm never getting back. And then we go backstage and we see Sabu being stretchered out, put on a stretcher and being put in a back of the ambulance and being taken out of the arena while RVD and CM Punk there and everyone was there and then everyone else was wondering what the hell happened. So obviously, Sabu was taken out of the match at this point, despite being a much hyped competitor in the chamber match, which, let's be honest, we probably would have made the match better.
Yep.
Yeah, and then we go to our next match, which was your second favorite match of the night, which was Tommy Dreamer taking on Daivari with the Great Khali in his corner. Pfft. Oh boy, right? And then
It was a good match either.
Yeah, Daivari made his entrance first, and of course Daivari cut a promo in his native language to upset the fans, right?
Yeah.
I'm not even going to try to decode what language that is. I really don't care. I don't want to be wrong, so I'm not even going to guess.
It was Iranian because he was from Tehran, Iran.
Yeah, but was it like Arabic, Farsi? There's a bunch of different types of languages in the Middle East.
I think it was Arabic, if I'm not wrong. If I'm wrong, people can correct it.
I mean, we're not
but I think it was Arabic.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I could be right. It's 50-50. I just don't care because no one could understand him.
At least people that speak only English couldn't understand what he was saying, which was pretty much all the crowd there, right? And then Tommy Dreamer came out. He got cheered like usual, but I'm just like, wow. And then freaking Tabs was like saying, "Oh yeah, the Great Khali is so dangerous. This man even destroyed the Undertaker at one point, and Khali's having a hard time trying to find opponents." I'm like, it's because no one wants to wrestle Khali.
Yeah.
Khali's like, so he's like what, 7'4", 420 pounds.
Well, Coley was like fucking Giant Gonzalez. He couldn't wrestle.
But somehow he had a WWE career spanning longer than Giant Gonzalez's, and at least Khali's a Hall of Famer. I don't know how, but he's a Hall of Famer. Right? Yeah, and then Dreamer's music hit. Everyone freaking was cheering for Tommy Dreamer here, obviously. All the old ECW faithfuls here. But then freaking Daivari then nailed a baseball slide and a drop kick leave after freaking Dreamer instinctively left the ring to go after Daivari on the outside. The old trickery by the heels here. Get out of the ring, go back in, take advantage of the opponent. Am I right? We always see that shit, right? Yeah, and then Dreamer then ran the ropes. Khali held the ropes down. Dreamer went flying to the floor. The referee sent Khali to the back, ejected him from ringside. And what did we see after that? We see a Daivari chin lock. Fuck yeah. Okay, I take back what I said. Best show of the year. We see a chin lock. Yeah. But then Daivari must have felt sorry for Tommy Dreamer because he went for a sleeper. And by this point, I was starting to drag ass watching this. I'm like, really? This is the best they could do here, right? Yep. And Dreamer then started making a comeback and nailed a reverse DDT for a 2 count here. That's as far as describing I'm going to go. I'm going straight to the end here because, yeah, I don't want to bore you guys with the rest of the freaking action that happened here. Freaking
this was a crap match, and you know it. That even Tommy Dreamer said this was a crap match, and because literally right when he was freaking gonna take advantage, he runs the rope, and Khali freaking ducks the rope, and he freaking almost knocks himself out by hitting the mat.
Yeah, and then near the end of the match, Dreamer went for his patented finisher, the DDT, but Daivari then rolled it with a freaking roll up, held the tights, and got the win by cheating. Your thoughts on this one from bell to bell?
This was the worst match of the night.
No. Okay, yeah, it was the worst match of the night, but it doesn't really have that much competition for worst match. I mean, Matt Striker and Balls Mahoney was pretty bad.
It wasn't as bad as this.
I mean, the way I was describing the Balls Mahoney Matt Striker match earlier was more entertaining than the match itself. All right. But, you know, the excitement came after the match when Dreamer freaking chased Daivari back to the gorilla position in the back, but then Khali then emerged and gave freaking Dreamer the two-handed chokeslam onto the stage, right, taking Dreamer out. Pretty much that was it. And it was at this point, the fans were so fed up, you could actually verbally hear one fan yell out, "This isn't extreme, this is entertainment." Right? Yes. And of course, Tommy Dreamer freaking got up and crawled to the back, but either way, man, this match was... I hate to say it, this match was shit. Actually, I don't hate to say it, because this is a shitty show. That was a shitty match.
what was also shit is that Davari literally coaxed Tommy Dreamer running to the back, and then Coley comes out with Dreamer and fucking just plunges his ass right on the steel plate, which put him out of action for a while.
I'm sorry, but that was the only interesting thing about this match was that post-match angle. Other than that, bell to bell, it was boring as hell. Those two really didn't click at all. I'm sorry. Davari and Dreamer didn't click at all. And then we see your boy Paul Heyman in the back once again.
No, it's your boy Heyman.
And then he went into the locker room to go see Hardcore Holly, who was conveniently dressed in his ring gear. And Heyman said that he needed a replacement for Sabu, and he told Hardcore Holly that he'll be Sabu's replacement in the Elimination Chamber main event. And I'm thinking to myself, you got someone who is the poster boy of this show who doesn't even have a match on this card that you could have put as Sabu's replacement that everyone would have enjoyed, but no, you put Hardcore Holly in it? Yeah, that's a bad mistake. Right? And you know who I'm talking about here. Right?
Yeah. Well, even if you put Hardcore Holly in ECW, he didn't really have that many matches in ECW.
The only time Hardcore Holly was ever a member of ECW is on the WWE ECW brand. I mean, he got his name Hardcore Holly from working in the Attitude Era in WWE. Under the Hardcore Championship division. And of course, Hardcore Holly was a no-nonsense freaking... In some freaking people's words, a freaking asshole, but in my words, I'm like, he was an ass kicker. Who could fight you for real if he wanted to? Back in his prime, you know that. Everyone knows that. Right. And then we go to the mixed tag team match, the semi-main of the night. It was Kevin Thorne and Ariel taking on Mike Knox and Kelly Kelly. You know, so nice, they had to name her twice. They had to use that name twice. Right. I'm not gonna lie, Kevin Thorne and Ariel's vampire gimmick, yeah, that was kind of badass. I actually liked it.
Yeah, but even then, WWE didn't know where to go with it. They gave him so much shit. They even had him before they had him be Kevin Thorne, they had him as Malachi.
Oh, Jesus.
The anti-taker.
Or Mordecai Malachi. How the hell do you even remember that? I was about to bring that up. And that character gimmick was so short-lived, he didn't even get that feud with The Undertaker. Right?
Yeah, because it was that bad. They literally scrapped it.
You know you're an OG if you remember Kevin Thorne's freaking dang Mordecai gimmick that he had 2 years prior to this for a short period.
Yes, they wanted him they made him out to be the anti-taker, which I'm like, dude, you literally have the fucking Undertaker, which you have him being portrayed as a Lord of Darkness, and then you have Malachi or Mordecai, whatever the fuck they named it, as being the Light.
Yeah, and that didn't quite work. The only time it ever worked was during The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels' WrestleMania 25 build.
Yes.
And that was actually a pretty good match. Mordecai versus Taker from 04, if they went that route, I don't think would have been good at all. That's just my opinion. But, you know, you may have a different thought on that, but that's just my opinion, and we'll never know because the match never happened.
Yeah, because shortly after he kept losing match after match, they scrapped that and made him Kevin Thorne, the undead vampire.
And him back in 04 as a Mordecai character losing match after match wasn't even his fault. That was the fault of the bookers.
Yes.
Making him lose every damn match and not being built up as a credible threat. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, it could have worked if booked right, but Just like this vampire character he was portraying, the Kevin Thorne character could have worked a book right, but that didn't work too well in the long run either. And it's not like WWE didn't, it's not like the bookers and Vince McMahon didn't know how to freaking book a good vampire-esque character. Look at Gangrel. With the Brood, they freaking did that. They did the vampire characters. Well, at that point, but they couldn't make it work with Kevin Thorne for some reason. I just don't get it, do you?
Oh.
But anyway, the commentators did a lot of freaking jokes on Ariel because, well, she was hot looking, right?
Yeah.
Of course, before the match began, after freaking Mike Knox and Kelly Kelly made their entrance, Kelly Kelly actually got on the microphone and said, "I just want to wish good luck to CM Punk in that chamber match," because of the whole storyline they were running with CM Punk, Mike Knox, and Kelly Kelly at the time. Right?
Yeah.
And let's just face it, for the huge majority of this match, it was Knox and Kevin Thorne, being the legal men in this contest, pretty much carried this match. Right? The best they can. They didn't really tag out too often. But at one point, after freaking after Knox freaking put Thorne in a headlock, Ariel tagged in, which means that Kelly Kelly had to come in, and boy, this was Kelly Kelly's first match in the WWE ring, or ECW ring, whatever you want to call it. And this wasn't the best encounter. Ariel and Kelly Kelly had no chemistry, and they didn't work well, in my opinion, against each other.
He was just starting out to become a wrestler. She was an exhibitionist. Then she was a manager. And they wanted her to wrestle with Mike Knox. And that just did not work.
And of course, Ariel had a little bit of ring experience at this point in other places, like the Indies.
Yes, and Kelly Kelly had none.
Yeah. So this was like feeding a goldfish to the friggin' shark and telling a goldfish, "Good luck." Right?
Basically, it wasn't even basically. This is what the fuck happened.
Yeah, that's basically what happened. Ariel was in control over Kelly.
It's not basically, it's what happened. Mike Knox literally tagged in Kelly Kelly tried her best, got a little bit offense, but freaking Ariel was grabbing her hair, kicking her, and all that crap. And then right when Kelly Kelly's about to tag in, Mike Knox puts his hand out to tag, and he's like, "Oh, nope. I'm gonna say bye."
And it was like, fuck that, and just walked away. Right?
Yep.
Which prompted Ariel to hit the STO onto Kelly Kelly to win the match for herself and Kevin Thorne. Your thoughts on this one?
So did you see that she licked her hand when she did the standing STO?
Did you notice the way she pinned Kelly Kelly for one?
Yes.
And I bet the whole time, you were looking at that thinking, it should have been me. And yes, I'm ripping a page out of Dolph Ziggler's playbook by saying that.
After the match, freaking Kelly Kelly was still getting jumped by Kevin Thorne and Ariel. And guess who comes out to help? Ariel, yeah. Who literally comes back?
Who was the poster boy of this very event? Basically, it. Oh, wait. No, I got this one. I know who came back to make the save. It was the Yeti from WCW, wasn't it?
No.
Imagine if that was the case. The crowd would have booed the hell out of that one.
Yes. It was the one and only
Booty Man.
No, it was not the Booty Man. It was not the Zodiac either.
That's the same person. Oh, wait.
Exactly.
Oh, wait. I know who it was. I got this if I remember correctly. It was the one and only Gobbledygooker.
No.
I'm just taking the piss out of it at this point.
It was the Sandman.
Damn, so close.
That wasn't even close. You were so off. You were in Castle to the Frosty Nuts. The Glacier.
Well, I was gonna be sarcastic and say Glacier, but I was late in doing so.
That's like instant reviews.
Thank you for catching that joke, by the way. Yeah, boy. Yeah, Sandman came out and gave freaking Kevin Thorne a good fucking caning. Much to the
Dude, I
fans'
also
delight.
love how they're like, oh, they fucking literally equated this to Star Wars. They're like, it's Darth Vader versus Luke Skywalker. And then Sandman just beat the shit out of Kevin Thorne. He's like, does that make Sandman Vader?
You read into that way too much.
Because he beat his ass. Fucking Kevin Thorne was gonna hit him with the damn walking stick, and then freaking Sandman was gonna hit him sideways. He's like, "No, this is gonna be even better, right between the eyes."
And then freaking went to freaking Cane Town with him.
Yes.
With several smacks with that Cinnabore cane. Before both of them went to the back, and even on the rampway, freaking Kevin Thorne got another caning. All right.
Yep.
Huh.
He didn't stop getting caned. He got caned all the way to the back.
Oh, and speaking of Sandman, you know who would have been a better replacement for that chamber match than freaking Hardcore Holly the Sandman? Why couldn't we go with that? Oh, that'd be too logical, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Yeah, and then we go to the back, and that was pretty much the fans' big cheer highlight here. We go to the back. We see Bobby Lashley getting interviewed. Yeah, and of course, video package aired showing all the obstacles that Bobby Lashley had to go through. Lashley pretty much said that nothing was going to stop him from becoming ECW champion.
It was He was a one man on a mission,
Yeah.
and no one was going to stop that mission. And is it bad that I was thinking about the theme song for Superstar that would come back, that would literally be there in a few years?
Oh, jeez.
Ezekiel Jackson?
Oh, God. Yeah, it's all about domination, isn't it? Yep, and anyway, then we see ECW champion Big Show making his way to the backstage area, or making his way to the grill position with Paul Heyman, Test, and Hardcore Holly, interesting enough behind him. Right?
Yep.
And then they show the video package hyping up the main event, which was next, which also included footage of Sabu being involved in it, but now we know he's out of the match. So there was really no point in showing that. Right?
Yeah, well, they were showing the participants prior to it of who was actually supposed to be in it, but when Sabu got blindsided by Paul Heyman and his cronies.
Yep.
Because they found out literally a couple days after it was Paul Heyman and his cronies.
Yeah, but speaking of Paul Heyman, right before the match took place, Heyman walked out with his goon squad behind him and riot gear to protect him, right?
Yep.
And Heyman looked up to the chamber above and he said, it's one thing to talk about, it's another to see it in person. Talking about the chamber hanging above the ring, right?
Yep.
And then he called ECW a global phenomenon, and that his crowning achievement is the Big Show's career. Which a fan probably shouted out afterwards, who's going to retire next year. But there's a little bit of truth to that. Big Show did take a year off after this event to slim down and get into better shape.
Well, he was slimming down to get to better, but he was also injured during the match.
Yeah. Anyway, here we go.
He was well over fucking 500 pounds at this point. At this point in his career, when he was still when he was wrestling in WWE in 2006.
Yep.
He was well over 500 pounds, and that was taking a toll on his heart
and his body in general.
Yes.
And this was the Extreme Elimination Chamber, which meant that everyone that was in the freaking pod had a weapon with them, which meant we had 4 weapons total. Ooh, how devastating and extreme. Ooh, it's like, oh, the late Terry Funk is shivering right now out of fear. And yes, I'm taking the piss out of it.
You had a freaking literal giant that was over 500 pounds that could barely get into the pod with the freaking baseball bat wrapped in wire, and you wanted more weapons?
Yeah, first we had ECW champion, Big Show. He had a barbed wire bat in his pod. CM Punk came out. He ended up with a steel chair. Tess came out. Tess was the next entry. Came out with had a crowbar. And then Bobby Lashley had a table in his pod.
So well, we all know that you were a testicle fan.
Hey, this just reminds me, remember when Test and Stacy Keibler were a thing together on screen, and Stacy Keibler had those shirts that says, "I love testicles" written on it?
Yes, I bet you got one of those shirts.
No, I don't own one of those shirts. Well, can you imagine if Stacy Keibler was still around but was working in ECW brand at this point and she was Balls Mahoney's manager? I'd be like, yeah, what's next? She's going to have a shirt that says, "I heart balls." It's the same thing. Didn't think about that, did you? And now you're just sitting there laughing that could have been a possibility.
Stacy Keibler was still around at this point.
Yeah, but she wasn't.
She was just fooling around with Mr. McMahon.
But anyway, with Big Show, Punk, Test, and Lashley all locked in their pods, that meant the two that started the match was Rob Van Dam and Hardcore Holly, with Paul Heyman watching from ringside. Oh, what could possibly go wrong in this match?
We all knew that you liked it when he was Bodacious Bob.
No. We all know you were you were a fan of Bodacious Bob and Bombastic Bart. That wasn't me.
Nope. That was Hardcore Holly's shittiest fucking incarnation.
I mean, you were the one who told me like over a year ago or so that you told me that the new Midnight Express were the best tag team ever.
I did not.
Which was those two.
I did not, good sir.
Don't deny it.
I verbally slap you with the white glove.
Oh, so scary. So intimidating.
Okay, I slapped you with the Eric Bischoff card. You have to face me. I'll be Eric Bischoff and you'll be any superstar. And I'll beat your ass with Eric Bischoff. Again!
Yeah. And you're going to sell all my attacks like almost sold that chair shot on TLC 2020, aren't you?
Maybe.
Yeah, it all goes back to that again. Right?
Yes.
So yeah, everyone knows how Elimination Chamber match works. 2 people start. In this case, it was Van Dam and Hardcore Holly starting the match. Every 5 minutes, a new participant getting released from the pod would actually enter the match up here. But yeah, here we go. Yeah, and one notable spot started at the beginning after some back and forth action between Van Dam and Tess is that Van Dam did the Rolling Thunder over the top rope onto Hardcore Holly. I meant Hardcore Holly, not Test, by the way. Van Dam did a Rolling Thunder over the top rope, landing on Hardcore Holly on the freaking chamber floor on the outside. That was pretty impressive. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was about this time that the number 3 came into the match. It was CM Punk with a steel chair. And CM Punk made a mistake. He threw a chair at freaking Hardcore Holly, then nailed a springboard on Van Dam. Then CM Punk freaking grabbed the chair, threw it at Van Dam, but just like you on 2K, Van Dam caught it and threw the chair back in Punk's face. Like you did with me in the game. And it's a bad when I seen that. That reminded me of that exact scenario.
You're like, here, catch. I'm like, okay.
You're like, thank you, buddy.
Here, catch.
You're like, I caught it with my face. Yeah, that reminded me of that. I'm like, son of a bitch. Right?
Well, I caught it. You're like, uh-oh. I'm like, here, catch.
What are we playing catch? Yes. I lost. I caught it with my face. And of course, that didn't stop Punk. Punk actually fought back and nailed a leg drop on the Van Dam onto the steel chair. Van Dam at this point was freaking busted open above his right eye. Oh, we finally got to see some blood, right?
Yeah.
And of course, Holly freaking dominated both guys for the next couple of minutes. Whatever. Number 4 came out. It was freaking Test with the crowbar, right?
Yeah.
So Test nailed Punk in the ribs with the crowbar. And then Test rammed the crowbar into RVD's bloody head, looking satanic. And I bet it was at that point you were watching your screen being like, we need more violence.
You mean satanic, not santanic?
Satanic, whatever. I'm bad with words. That Sid English degree did not help me at all.
Yep.
And judging by your text messages, it didn't help you at all. Ain't that right, Mr. Paper Review?
Fuck off.
Never. Yeah, but then Van Dam came back, nailed a drop kick onto the chair that was on Punk. And Punk was up against the turnbuckle. And then Punk ended up getting knocked down. Van Dam went up to the top rope, nailed a frog splash onto Punk, and eliminated Punk from the match. The crowd hated that because Punk was a fan favorite in this match, by the way.
Yeah, then Test took advantage of that after Test took advantage, threw RVD into the ring post. Then RVD was caught at that, climbed all the way up to the top to do a frog spot after he freaking kicked him in the face.
After getting Big Show in the face.
Big Show grabbed him, pushed him, grabbed his foot, literally holding him through the chamber. Test jumps up there, hits him with a chair twice, throws him off.
Actually,
puts the chair on his face and elbow drops him.
Yeah, but before we get that, we have to talk about this. We got to talk about this. Freaking Test set Van Dam up. This was before what you said happened. Test set Van Dam up for a big boot, but accidentally nailed Holly with it. And Holly didn't. And freaking referee counted 1, 2. Holly didn't even move at all, and the referee didn't count to 3, and the ref said it was 3.
Actually, Holly kicked out at 2, and they still said it was 3, which was bullshit.
And Holly was eliminated. Then then what you said happened with Van Dam going up to the top of the Big Show's pod. Big Show held his foot in place. Friggin' knocked Van Dam off. Test climbed up to the cage and nailed that elbow drop with a chair over Van Dam's face, crushing Van Dam's face entirely, and Test pinned Van Dam, eliminating him. Right?
Yep.
So now we're just down to 3, and 2 of them were locked in their pods still. Right?
Yes.
So when the countdown happened, Big Show was praying that he would be the next one in so they can just have a free reign double teaming on Lashley, who'd be guaranteed at number 6 if Big Show was the next one in, but that did not happen. Number 5 was actually Lashley, right?
Yep.
And then right when Lashley was supposed to get in, freaking Paul Heyman's goons held the door closed, pod closed, so he couldn't even get out. While Tess was just mocking him on the outside of the pod, right?
Yeah, and then freaking Lashley's like, "Oh, there's table chain."
What can I do here? So freaking Lashley took the table, smashed it up against the chains on the roof of the pod, and broke them enough just to get through and get out of the pod. And Lashley freaking dove on the Tess from the top of the pod. Freaking Lashley was in control of Tess this whole time. Of course, Tess at one point got the chair, took too long, and Lashley nailed him with a boot to the face, and then Lashley nailed a snap suplex, and eliminated Tess after he nailed a spear on Tess, meaning there's only 2 men left in this chamber. Right?
Yeah, to the chagrin of Big Show and Paul Heyman. And Big Show literally had to go in the corner, look like he was praying.
Saying, please let me get through this. I really need to shit, and I hope I don't shit in my shinglet tonight. God, I'm way too overweight. Right? Actually, no, reality, he was trying to get Paul Heyman's advice, and Paul Heyman was like, be angry, get pissed, dominate him, you're a giant. He's just a regular man.
That didn't work.
What?
That didn't work.
So, yeah, Big Show got out. He had the friggin' baseball bat. Tried to use that as a weapon a couple times, actually nailing the chair out of friggin' Lashley's hands when they went to the opposite side of the ring. On the other side of the ring, into the chamber floor. Friggin' Show went to attack.
When fucking Lashley threw Big Show into both pods, it sounded like a fucking gunshot going off.
I know, but but the part when Big Show tried to nail Lashley with a 2x4 or baseball bat wrapped in barbed wire, Lashley moved out of the way and the bat got stuck on the friggin' chamber wall, right?
Yes.
And that's when Lashley went on the offense, friggin' nailing Big Show with stiff lefts and rights, including friggin', like you said, throwing him into the friggin' pod. Right?
Yeah. You literally hear it, bang! And then right when Lashley freaking literally Irish reps him into the other one, he freaking breaks the pod. And all you hear is, bang!
Yeah, and then at this point, Big Show was busted open.
At this point, this is where Big Show also hurt his shoulder because he got thrown into 2 plexiglass fucking pod chambers.
Yep. And of course, Big
and then
Show,
he had to bash his way out of the second one, which he damaged himself again.
Yeah, and of course, Heyman was yelling, finish him off, when Big Show got back in control after tossing Lashley back into the ring. Get angry, finish him off! That's all I heard. And then Show went for a clothesline, but Lashley countered the chokeslam into a DDT, which that looked impressive, not gonna lie. And then Lashley went for a jumping attack maneuver on Big Show, but Big Show caught him. Show went for a power slam of his own, but Lashley slipped out of it and nailed the spear on Big Show to get the pinfall win.
Well, Big Show went for Lashley's finisher, the Dominator, which he slipped out of, and he freaking hit him with the spear.
And Lashley freaking got the 3 count on Big Show to win the ECW Championship. Much to the fans hating this. Your thoughts on this one?
It was good. It was Lashley's first title in ECW, which he didn't relinquish until...
yeah, Lashley would hold on to this ECW championship for several months until Backlash of 07 when he lost the title to Do-Rag Vince, of all people.
Yes! Because Vince McMahon wanted to get vengeance from WrestleMania!
Which at some point we have to review, and boy, am I going to take the piss out of that when we do. You know I will.
And the only reason why he wore a do-rag is because he tried to fucking wear a wig and everyone yanked it off of him and was making fun of it because he got his head shaved bald.
Do-rag Vince, the most insane version of McMahon, which wouldn't happen until the following year after this, but still, a notable time period. Right?
Yes. It was after the Battle of the Billionaires.
But yeah, the show went off air like 40 minutes earlier. Did the fans really complain? Not really. Your thoughts on that main event? With that Lashley winning the ECW title there.
It looks good.
I thought
Was it predictable? A little bit, yes.
Did the commentators, did Joey Styles spoil it by saying a new ECW champion will be crowned, knowing that the title was not vacant? Yes. Which you don't hear on the Peacock version. In the original version, you can hear it, though. Because Lord knows they edited that out. But
well, if you watched it on the WWE app at that when they had it back in 2010,
it was WWE 24/7. They said it back then. Of course, they can get away with a lot of stuff on their own network. But yeah, so yeah, my thoughts on it was okay. It wasn't the best chamber match I've ever seen. Definitely wasn't extreme. I've seen more bloody chamber matches than that, and more violent chamber matches than that.
That's why they never brought back the Extreme Elimination Chamber.
Yeah. So if I had to rank this against like other chamber matches I've seen, I'm sorry, but this one would probably be near the bottom. I mean, it was all right for what it was, but it could have been better. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And the winner was wrong. I think friggin' Punk should have won it, but Punk would wait. But Punk wouldn't win the ECW title till about late 2007 anyway. So it's not like Punk never got an ECW title reign at this time anyway. So now that we reviewed the show, here's what I call. Now we go to what I always call our favorite portion of the show, the review show, and that's our rating system for each match and our final grades. The Hardy Boys defeating Eminem in that opening tag team match, I gave 5 out of 5.
5, yeah.
Balls Mahoney defeating Matt Striker in that Strikers Rules match. I only gave it 1.5 out of 5, and that's being nice.
3.5.
What the fuck? You enjoyed it more than I did.
Yes.
Let's face it, you only gave it that big of a score because of Matt Striker's tights with his face on his ass.
No. Well, the half point, yes.
Elijah Burke and Sylvester Terkay dominating the full-blooded Italians to pick up the win in that tag match. I gave that 1.25 out of 5, I guess.
A 3.
You're enjoying these matches way more than me. No wonder you think this show was good.
I thought it was good. I saw it.
Daivari defeating Tommy Dreamer.
Change my mind.
Daivari defeating Tommy Dreamer. I only gave that 1 out of 5, and that's being really nice. I could have given that one 0.
Point.
Yeah, half a point. I could have given it 0. I gave it 1 out of 5, and that's being nice. Kevin Thorne and Ariel defeating Mike Knox and Kelly Kelly. I only gave 1.5 out of 5.
3.
Ugh. And Bobby Lashley winning the Extreme Elimination Chamber match to win the ECW Championship. I only gave that one 3.25 out of 5.
Three and a half.
So yeah, my final grade for ECW December to Dismember 2006 is a D-.
B.
You need to get your brain checked. Anyway.
Fuck off.
But yeah, I gave it a D minus. If you're gonna go back and watch any match from this abomination of a show, only watch the opening tag match with the Hardys and Eminem, and you don't have to see anything else from this show. It's not worth it. Your
It
time.
wasn't an abomination, and you know it.
December to Dismember, more like dispose in the dumpster. The only reason why this show is remembered is because of that tag match, and of course that abomination of a main event. Paul Heyman would leave WWE for 6 years following this match, the show. Ugh.
No, well, the reason why he left is because shortly after this, they did the draft, and he was drafted to Monday Night Raw to work under Eric Bischoff, and he quit.
Ugh. So anyway, that's our thoughts on December to Dismember 2006. So,
Or no, he quit because of creative differences, but with him and Vince.
yeah. So now, usually is this the part of the show where I tell you my pick for next week's review, but you guys are gonna be in for a little treat here on the channel. What's coming up on Saturday at time of recording?
So this Saturday, or in a couple days, will be Saturday night main event, which will be John Cena's very last match.
And I know, we usually don't review Saturday night's main events or Raw or SmackDown or any weekly show, but this one's different. So
This one is actually special, and this is why I was talking about this before, because we didn't talk about it at the end of our review, but we were talking about this in a different conversation. I said, how about we review as a special occasion, because this is a one-in-a-lifetime event for this superstar, and it's his very last match.
So we'll be reviewing Saturday night's main event. We'll be uploading that on Sunday, featuring John Cena's last match where he faces off against Gunther.
And beats his ass.
We'll see. And then we have a match between Cody Rhodes and Obafemi, the WWE Champion versus the NXT Champion, and a Champion versus Champion match for bragging rights.
And we have Bayley versus Sol Ruka
in a single match. I'm not giving predictions for this because this is just, a regular television show, not a pay-per-view coming up. And we have AJ Styles and Dragon Lee taking on Javon Evans and Leon Slater.
Yes.
So this is basically WWE main roster versus NXT here.
Well, this is basically the first ever TNA X Division champion versus the current TNA X Division champion.
Yeah. So anyway. We'll be putting up our review for Saturday night's main event. I'm not even going to give that a score. Those matches a proper score because it's a television show while we're reviewing that, so keep that in mind. I'll just be giving my input and my thoughts on it and whether I like the matches or not. And so, and we'll probably be talking mostly about John Cena's career at that point. From the majority of that show. Right?
And if you guys have the Slam app, today they have the prediction cards, and tomorrow they will be having Cena cards that you can pick throughout his career.
Yeah, at time of recording. But you know what? I'm being generous too. Along with Saturday night's main event, might as well reveal what we're going to be doing next week. Oh, yeah, and got to make this special announcement here afterwards. Next week on the review, the Classic Pay Review, we will be reviewing another show from the month of December, which I think is a good show to watch. I thought it was a good show, at least. So next week, we are going to be reviewing Armageddon 2000, which we saw that 6-man Hell in a Cell match for the WWE Championship.
Oh, God.
That saw your boy, the Tribal Chief, get dumped off the... that was one where we saw your boy, the Tribal Chief, get freaking thrown off the top of the cell into the back of a pickup truck.
Yeah, that was bloody as hell, though. That was a bloody as hell match, though.
So, yeah, that should be a good match to revisit, along with the other matches on that card. But here's a special announcement. As far as we know, WWE pay-per-views and WCW shows and all that will be getting removed off of Peacock at the end of the year. And that's what we've been using to watch these shows that we're reviewing, is Peacock, obviously. Right?
Yeah.
Which means at the start of next year, they'll be no longer on Peacock. They're moving over to ESPN app, and we don't know exactly when all the pay-per-views will be available on ESPN next year, so after the next few classic pay-per-view reviews, which we plan on dragging out until the start of next year, with one of the last reviews we're going to be doing this year, recording this year, after, I believe, a New Year's Revolution show you want to do? I don't know when our next classic pay-per-view will be after that, to be honest.
It'll be New Year's Resolution.
Yeah.
Or Revolution.
Yeah, and I know
you guys won't know, because it'll be after Christmas break.
Yeah, it'll be after Christmas that we'll be doing the review for New Year's Revolution show. I'll probably end up uploading that after New Year's, because it'll make sense if I do that, but after that, I don't know when we're going to be doing our next pay-per-view review, because it depends on what's available on ESPN when they take all the shows over.
Yes.
So, New Year's Revolution, one of the New Year's Revolution shows, reviews that we're planning on doing, may be the last pay-per-view review for a while. It just depends on when the shows will be available on ESPN app at that point.
Should I announce it now, or should I announce it next week?
I mean, you can announce it whenever, because we gotta let them know that these reviews may be temporarily coming to a temporary, break because of the move to ESPN.
I'm just going to say it now, just for this, is that the New Year's Revolution or Resolution or whatever, I think it was Revolution, it will be 06.
Yeah, the one that had the Elimination Chamber match that Edge cashed in his Money in the Bank afterwards.
Yes.
That was a classic moment in its own right, a Hall of Fame worthy moment. Yeah, and then next week we got Armageddon. We're taking a break Christmas week, obviously, which will be the week after the Armageddon review.
Yes.
And then New Year's, the last week of 2025, I'm not gonna be uploading any videos, but I will be recording the New Year's Revolution freaking review of that to upload after New Year's. So there's that at least, right?
Well, he'll be uploading it after New Year's Eve.
Yeah, so about probably either January 1st or January 2nd, I'll be uploading the New Year's Revolution review.
Yes.
So yeah, with Saturday night's main event, Armageddon, and New Year's Revolution, that's at least 3 more reviews you get to look forward to before everything moves over to ESPN and possibly our friggin' review break from this.
Yes.
Until we get access to all those pay-per-views again.
Yeah, I literally thought it would have been a good idea to do Saturday night's main event because of the last match of his career.
Yeah.
Because we have been watching everyone, and even people that have seen our reviews, have watched Cena from his debut in 2002.
Okay, put it like this. Cena's been around for so long. When Cena first debuted, I was literally in elementary school. Here I am in my 30s doing these dang wrestling show reviews when he is retiring. That's a long time.
Yes, over 23 years.
Exactly. Huh.
From 2002 all the way until 2025.
Yep. So yeah, pretty
And
much
we're talking from Attitude Era
Ruthless
to
Aggression
this
era,
era.
from Ruthless Aggression era to this era. That's a long time, and he was once the face of WWE during the 2000s and 2010s. Kind of like how Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns are now. Basically, that was
Yes.
Cena's role back then, right? So yeah, Saturday night's main event. We'll review that, but it'll probably be mostly us talking about Cena's career, especially at the end of the review when we give our thoughts on the matches.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyway. So our next review will be Saturday night's main event. So until then, we will talk to y'all later. Peace.
Deuces.